I know it's been a while since my last video. I felt a little lost and stuck recently. Not sad, just disconnected from myself. And I didn't want to record anything before I got myself together. To be honest, this wasn't my first time feeling like this. I go through this phase whenever I start to overthink too much about the things I'm doing, the goals I'm chasing, or even sometimes the future I'm trying to build. And when this happens, honestly, it gets impossible to focus on the stuff you're trying to do. Even when I try to relax or enjoy, there's this guilt in the back of my mind that makes everything confusing and dull. That heavy feeling when you're not sad, but you can't really enjoy anything either. When your brain won't let you rest because deep down you know you're capable of more and there's work waiting for you that you're supposed to do. When you're in this state and then you start to think about everything you were supposed to do, all the goals you wanted to achieve and always talked about, the plans you made about the things you said you would do but never really executed on them. All of it piles up in your head and creates that anxiety. You start to doubt yourself. I would think, why can't I enjoy the stuff other people my age can enjoy and whatever they do on the weekend? And honestly, it would stress me out a lot. But to be honest, when I reflect on it, I realized something really important. And you've probably heard this before, but I think you have to remind yourself that you don't have to enjoy what others enjoy. It doesn't matter if they're your age or they're in your school or in their class. You're not supposed to like everything they like. If you're different, that's totally fine. Maybe you have different goals than them. Maybe you have different priorities than them. And on the days you feel like giving up, they won't come there to hold your hand and help you go through it. It will be you. You will have to help yourself. You'll have to be there for yourself. There's no one coming to push you and help you achieve your goals. So it shouldn't matter how they see it or things they do. Their perspective of life is different than yours because their dreams are different, their pressure is different. So it makes no sense to compare the things they are doing versus you're doing because your paths are totally different. Even though we all know that we are supposed to ignore all the negative energy and negative people, whatever things that are pulling you down, and stay consistent with our work, sometimes people get distracted and that's totally normal. You feel lost and that's human. But what separates people who win versus people who give up is exactly what they do in this exact phase. Some people give up, but others work through the stress and anxiety and whatever pain they're going through. And it's not easy. So I wanted to share that realization. Like, in my experience, I think I have figured out something as I lived through this again and again. I found a way to turn this stress into the urge to work. The realization that changed everything for me was all this stress and anxiety isn't useless, and all of these pains, these mental drains, they carry energy. So if you don't direct that energy, it goes to overthinking. But if you direct them, it becomes the focus, and you just have to find that outlet of where you're going to put that energy in. And for me, that outlet was just, I didn't realize in the start, but I was putting all my emotional energy and physical energy into it. It didn't solve my problems like outside, like on in the business side, but it did give me a space of clarity. I would walk into the gym stressed out and distracted, and then walk out feeling like I had this clarity of what I'm going to do exactly. I didn't go to gym with the goal of benching 100 kgs or get shredded. That all came later as I kept going to gym. But at first, the gym mattered because it made me feel better mentally and physically. And that's the point I'm trying to make. You need to find something that your stress can run through instead of running through you. For me, it was lifting, but for you, it can be writing, running, drawing, boxing, anything that lets all that emotional pressure move through your body instead of sitting in your head. Because the moment you switch from mental pain to physical action, your mind starts regaining momentum. And when that momentum comes back, the urge to work comes back naturally. And the best way to get clarity is to just start. Start with anything you're confused about. Just pick a part and just start working on it, because action gives clarity, and with clarity you can clear that stress and anxiety and start to think more about the work you're doing. I used to think that anxiety was a sign that I was falling apart, but now I see it as a part of the process, a sign that I'm pushing myself to levels I haven't before. And I've noticed sometimes I was stressed and confused not with the amount of work I had to do, but from the lack of clarity to where to start with. If you want to really get off that stress and get the urge to work back, the best way is to just clear your mind with something, find that outlet, and just start somewhere in your work. Just pick something and just start with it. And as you go, you will be more clear about what you want to do and where you're going. When you look at anxiety like this, from this perspective, it makes it a lot easier to ignore it. And if you get all this right, your stress won't slow you down. It will actually push you forward. Lastly, if you feel like you have anything to add or you can help someone who is watching this right now, don't keep it to yourself. Drop the comments and help the people who are stuck in this phase. And any suggestions you have for me, or if there's something you want me to talk about or make a video about, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.